is being a trad wife the best, like just being a wife and not going out to do something else, or is it worse to be a trad wife?
I think the concept of trad wife is technically today nowadays very few percentage of women are trad wives. I don't think it's a topic we've been talking about. Most
Okay.
women are into they already have jobs, even though they are mothers. And believe me, there are so many men who are contributing to the household even more than the woman nowadays because the woman works. Like talking about African perspective, when Anna was saying African perspective, do you know when we came here, right? It would have been a taboo to see, say, another African guy helping the wife when they go out to push the pram with the baby inside. Some grandparents came to visit and were like, they saw their sons pushing the pram with the baby inside. They were like,
You're shocked.
what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
So it tells you a lot, like
About the training.
the society has shifted.
Yeah.
Even though they got those training of their parents not doing that, but here
In the West,
they are sharing custody and they are doing as much as the woman is doing. So the concept of traditional wife is slowly going out of fashion. I don't think it exists technically. Maybe less than 1%, because trust me, especially those who grow up from a typical traditional way of life, when they come to the Western world, they interpret and they find themselves, forgetting
adapting
those traditions
to the
and
Western
just adapting. You see a grown man pushing the pram with the baby inside, and technically back home it would be a taboo, but nowadays it's been integrated, and
okay.
the lady's case is just less than 1% of what is going on.
I definitely think that the trad wife movement on TikTok and the internet and the trend right now is kind of a response to the burnout, to the millennial feminism girl boss, that like the burnout that we are experiencing as women, of like, we were told that if we became girl bosses, and this is an experience that I do have. I might not have kids, but I did become a girl boss and I worked my ass off, and it's really exhausting. You get to a point where you realize
to be a strong girl anymore.
Exactly. When you are that girl boss, and especially millennials will understand, like, built this whole business and did all these things, and then a lot of women are realizing, like, oh, I did this, but I also have 3 kids to take care of and a family, and so it's kind of I think a response to that era of being like, what sounds really good right now is to not have to work and be a trad wife. So I think that might be where it comes from.
I understand.
And what we want is just to rest and to be equals and to be exactly and I
enjoy.
I think that is we want strong men that allow us to be women and to be different, and to I think we got confused for a moment there, that we thought like equality does not mean being the same. And
we're different.
I think the trad wife movement and on the internet is just us saying we're not the same. We're different.
We're different. We are women and they are men.
And we want to be women, and that does not mean not being feminist. And that realization, I think it's on TikTok, it takes off in this weird way. But I think it's more that we're realizing that, being a feminist does not mean saying that we're the same, and like wanting rights and wanting to be respected and protected and not killed or other things. You can blur out those words so you don't get demonetized. But but it's like, we want to be women, but we want to be seen as humans and respected and safe, but we don't want to be men. And I think people just go into, okay, that means trad wife. I think.
I don't think the society forced it on women to be want to have equal opportunities as men. Maybe the global corporations, they push things like, women can be equal to men and stuff like that. But the women, they make their own decisions themselves. Like, I can have this opportunity and stuff like that, and nobody stopped them. Even if they try to stop them, but they push themselves hard enough.
The patriarchy.
They say, you push yourself enough to find out what the real truth is. And right now, I think it's too late. because the way the society is right now is so difficult for a man to marry a typical traditional wife, the way things are nowadays. Maybe slowly it can be reintroduced, but I don't think we are getting back anytime soon to where the woman will not do anything, just sit at home and take care of the kids.
Do anything. You still go back to say do not do anything. I mean, trad wife is not sitting at home and not doing anything. Trad wife is a whole job which is unpaid for. That's the whole concept.
I don't think that.
That's the whole concept, and that's what most of the men always say, like sit at home doing nothing.
Let me just say this.
Oh my God.
I don't think that you taking care of your kid, right,
it's a job,
shouldn't be classified as you getting any kudos. You're taking well of your kid. That's your responsibility.
No, they all
come with the territory.
No, the whole talk about it is this. It's because the men are being paid for the work that they are doing, and the woman sits and do all this, and she's not paid for it.
And the only reason why men don't have to spend more money in childcare and cleaning is because they have someone,
the wife, who's doing it.
You are still, like, you're saving the household so much money. This is more of a patriarchal society conversation that I don't know how long it would take us.
I'm trying so hard not to bring patriarchy into this, but you can see.
It is a
you can just see it's patriarchy. No. I mean, like, I'm trying so hard not to use the word patriarchy because so many people are turned off by the word. But you can see clearly, like, this is patriarchy. You can see this is patriarchy.
It's natural. I would say natural duties of a man and a woman, right? Do you know the man is providing security to the family? Technically, if he's working.
No, these men are not. But the whole case here in this video, this man is not providing security.
Okay.
Now he's leaving his wife to another woman.
And his kid.
A woman who has sacrificed a lot.
All right. I saw this video, like most people, several days ago, and I have not been able to stop thinking about it since. This video really struck a chord with me because it's what happened to me. I am 27. I got divorced at 26 after I had done the trad wife thing. I got married at 19. I had 3 babies. And I was a stay-at-home mom. I dropped out of college. I didn't have a job. So at 20, we separated when I was 25. So at 25 years old, I had nothing. I didn't have an education. I didn't have a work history. Because of those 2 things, when we went to court over custody of our kids, he was able to point to those. He asked me for the divorce. He fought for custody of the kids. Given I had stayed home and taken care of these kids as my full-time situation for 6 years. And he was able to say, she doesn't have a job. She doesn't have an education. She lives with her mom and dad. She can't take care of these kids, and he got primary custody of our kids. And so every video that I see now of trad wives, and people idealizing this lifestyle, it makes my heart break. It hits a chord with me because I did everything right. I did all the things you were supposed to do. Stay home and raise your babies and do all of that. And in the end, I got left out on my ass with nothing. I did not get my kids. I did not have a job. It was very difficult for me to get a job when you don't have a work history or an education. It's very hard to get a job that can pay your bills when you do that. And so when I first saw this video, I literally have not been able to stop thinking about it. Because this is real life. This can happen to you. Thinking, oh, he's my husband, whatever, may not protect you in the long run. When you have nothing. So, this is like a PSA to women that, that can happen to you. I know there's a lot of misconceptions out in the world that, oh, moms always get custody, judges default to moms. Well, the fact of the matter is, if you have just been a mom this whole time and he fights for those kids, he puts up a fight, he has everything in his favor because he has the financial means to raise children and you don't. When he puts you out, like what happened to me. So just think about that, ladies. Think about the reality of that because it's literally heartbreaking and it's so hard to build your life up after that.
This is an isolated
no,
case,
but
we are
not. Like,
generalizing.
We need to look at the statistics because I don't know if it's 1%. Like this happens a lot. Like I know a lot of women that this
and most of the women who are like going into the whole TRAD wife things, you notice the age. The men always want to catch them when they're young. 18. The girl in this video, she's 19. There's a TRAD wife influencer. When she just left high school, this guy came to her. And she said she's a TRAD wife because she grew up seeing her mom. She's also a TRAD wife in a farm. So she liked that kind of lifestyle. And once she saw this guy, the guy came to her and said, I want you to be my wife. I don't want you to do anything. I just want you to stay at home.
There is one thing I must say.
Excuse
me.
Yeah.
What led to that man leaving that woman? Did he just pack up and leave?
No, in the end, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because like, there's divorce. And we can't go into that because she didn't say it in this video.
Exactly. So that's just one side of a story.
But it's still, he's not providing for his family, like his kids.
No, he took the kids in this video.
The second one. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he took the kids because he has more money than...
Right, but in the one she stitched, like that first one.
Yeah, the first one. Okay, yeah. True.
Like essentially was on food stamps
because took all the kids and took everything. Yeah.
Yeah, so what would the woman have done?
Okay, I think we can go now to the next one because we don't have so much time.
Then we can conclude with this. What would you advise the woman to do?
No, I said, I mean, no woman should go to be a TRAD wife. Like you shouldn't, or if you choose to be a TRAD wife, you should secure yourself. Yeah. Have your education, have your skills, and then make sure
and have a contract. Like
like what Isabel said, you can have a contract with him, like have that security. Yeah. Like that I'm going to be at home for you can be a TRAD wife for a short period of time, not like forever. That I can be at home, then I do like online digital marketing. I can do something while I am at home. Like you don't have to stay. But some of the men don't even want the women to do anything because they're afraid that other men are going to see their women or they're going to take them from them. Yeah.
If I was going to say, okay, I take 10 years off my career, I personally, I don't know what she should do. I would put it on paper and be like, well, if anything happens, then this is mine because I can't, like my career, I would be giving up my best years of career building. But I think it's like, depends on the man.
Yeah, but I think unfortunately, most of the men that I've seen, the videos, I don't know about all, but most of the ones that are online, the men actually ask for the woman to be the TRAD wife. And there's another video here. I'm not going to play the video, but there is another video here. There is like a relationship coach who is talking about her experience of talking with the men from TRAD wife marriages or relationships. And she says that why she has noticed over time that most of the men who come to her are men who are struggling with ego, like personal ego or some trauma. And the only way they can find power or they can feel like they have control is by having a woman under them. Like a woman who doesn't do anything, who is always begging.
That's why I would say, in the first place, if you're a man looking for a traditional TRAD wife, I'll say a TRAD wife nowadays, then I think there are very few real men.
Some issues.
Yeah, you have some issues because I don't think any man nowadays
is looking for a woman who doesn't do it, who shouldn't stay at home.
Who just sit at home doing nothing or taking care of the kids.